Hey guys, what's going on? Troll Pal CHH here. I wanted to do another home video episode. I've got some cool ones lined out. I'm going to do a Child's Play one soon. I'm going to do Creep Show soon. Freddy's Dead. I got to finish some of the Nightmares, some more Halloweens and Friday the 13th. But I wanted to do George Romero. He was heavy on my mind today for some reason. My favorite director. So why not do Dawn of the Dead? Because as weird as it sounds, it's not like it's a lost film by any stretch of the imagination. But in terms of like physical media in America, it weirdly kind of is. You can still own the film today, but you got to go to Second Sight to get it and things like that, or a homebrew. So why not look at some of the releases that the film has had, and some of them are pretty flamboyant, like these old VHS releases we're going to look at, excuse me. But let's look at some of the ones I have. Here is an Anchor Bay VHS release of Dawn of the Dead, and my buddy Kalen gave this to me. This is the Anchor Bay, like I said, the Anchor Bay release, and yeah, this one's cool. I like the artwork on this one. That'd be a great tattoo. Maybe somebody watching this has a tattoo of that Dawn of the Dead zombie thing, the cover art. But yeah, this is, let's see, this is Video Treasures and Anchor Bay. This is a good release, 126 minutes, and it's the unrated version of the film. I have a homebrew, but I didn't want to include it in this just because I didn't want to cause... I don't want to say jealousy, but like it's not something I can hook you up with or send you to a person to get it, because my buddy that does it for me, it's a private thing, and he doesn't sell them to me, he gives them to me, so he's not profiting off of the film or anything. But I have a cut of the movie on Blu-ray that's every bit of footage you can possibly have. But yeah, the VHS release is cool. I imagine a lot of people have the VHS release of Dawn of the Dead, so there's that. So for the longest time, this was the only way I could watch the movie. I lucked out and got the Divimax Anchor Bay DVD of the film at a used DVD store. I got it for $1.99, and I soon learned. I didn't realize at the time when I got this that it was long out of print. You couldn't get it. They put a Blu-ray out of this movie around the same time, and that Anchor Bay Blu-ray is pretty sought after now. That was the last Blu-ray in America, as far as I can tell. But this DVD, this Divimax DVD, Special Edition DVD, was the way I watched the film for the longest time. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And I've got the insert in there, and then the disc has the zombie with the yellow tinge to it. So that's pretty cool. Here is my version of the Second Sight. I still do want to own that legit one. I do regret not getting it. But I got the more eco-friendly version, which is still a nice version, but this is the version that... doesn't have all the bells and whistles, no big booklet, and no CD soundtrack, but it has all the cuts to the films, as you can see, every last cut, which has my favorite cut, the Argento cut, disc 3. Well, disc 4 has special features, but there's a whole nother disc with the CD soundtrack. There's a big booklet you can get. You've got the theatrical cut, the extended cut, the Argento cut, and then the bonus features disc. So... It's a hell of a release, this one is, so I still recommend getting this, but obviously if you're a 4K person, or if you're not region free, you want to look into getting the 4K version of this, because the Blu-rays are in fact region locked, but I have a region free Blu-ray player, so I have this release. By far the coolest release I own is this, the Director's Extended Cut Laserdisc. This is just phenomenal. I mean, what do you say about that? The artwork on this is fantastic. Elite were like the best at Laserdiscs at this moment in time. When they made Laserdiscs, they were unstoppable. This came out in the 90s, 1996, so this was at the peak era of Laserdiscs. This was right when DVD was in its infancy, and Laserdisc has taken over the world. This is a CLV disc, but there's another even nicer version of this movie on Laserdisc that we'll look at. But yeah, this is a really great way to watch the movie. It looks fantastic too. When I got this, I watched it 3 or 4 times in like a month span, just enjoying how good it looked. But this is a fantastic Laserdisc release of Dawn of the Dead, and yeah, I've got the Day of the Dead version of this too. So if we do a Day of the Dead home video version, we can look at this as well. But I got this at Texas Frightmare, believe it or not. They had a Laserdisc booth, and I offered them a fair price. I think they wanted $50. I said I'll give you $35 for it, and they accepted. It was also Sunday, so that's less inventory they had to take back with them, so I kind of came out pretty good there. Alright guys, so I scoured the web for a bunch of cool home video releases. Let's look at those, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, so we start off here with this Thorn EMI video release. Thank you to VHScollector.com. Pretty cool looking release. I like the green font. Next, we've got this Dawn of the Dead, the original director's cut. Looks like a 2 VHS release. It's pretty cool. I'm sure a lot of you guys watching this probably have that. This is the director's cut. Pretty interesting artwork on here. When there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth. That's such a fantastic quote. Good looking one. Thanks again to VHScollector.com again. This one looks kind of goofy, but I like the purple tint. Dawn of the Dead. Inde Greep Van de Zombies. Very nice. Romero's classic, The Dawn of the Dead. Pretty cool. This one is just colorful and magnificent. I like this. Video color cassette marketing film. Look at that. Sorry about the pixelation. This one's cool. Alpha. Is that Alpha Video? Yeah. Zombies. Dawn of the Dead. Intervision. I love this one. Zombie. Cinema Plus Video. Great colors on that. I dig that all day long. This one's fantastic too, with the almost thriller look to it. You know? That's awesome. This is the uncut version. Pretty cool. CBS Fox Video. Sorry about the pixelation. George Romero Zombie Dawn of the Dead. This looks like it's some kind of Asian. I don't know if it's Korean or Chinese or Japanese. Forgive me, I don't know offhand. But really dark tint. This one's cool. I always love the rainbow Dawn of the Dead. Look at the top left corner. That's great. Look at the art on the front. When there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth. Such a great line. And a great write-up right there. Looks like it's something from George. This anniversary edition DVD with the rainbow color U.S. theatrical cut. Love it. Looks like that's signed by George Romero too. It's some kind of anniversary edition. Here's a Blu-ray, an NSM. I think this is a German one. This is fantastic. Love that. Then we get another full uncut version DVD with that thriller-looking art. Gotta love it. Zombie 1 Das Original. This is fantastic. X-rated. I dig that so much. Here's another one with the 18 symbol on it, but Zombies. This Ken Free in the top left. I love that color. And this one's cool. Zombie Dawn of the Dead. Again, somewhat of this thriller-esque look. It kind of reminds me of the Ghana artwork, though. You know those crazy posters? There's Ken Free with some really cool gun on the front. Here's that special CAV Collector's Edition Laserdisc. This is like the nicest way you could have watched Dawn of the Dead at the time. This was the equivalent to like a really high-end Criterion release for the film today. Really, really nice release. I'm happy with the one I got, though. Here's also like the bare bone version, or like the, you know, pan and scan, if you will, Dawn of the Dead Laserdisc. Very simple. It doesn't look anywhere near as good as the one I have. Here is, I think, a Japanese one. Zombie Dawn of the Dead. Very plain and white, but effective. There is the Second Sight Chunky Box edition that I would still love to own one day. Here's, I believe, some kind of German Blu-ray cover, George Romero Zombie. Another one, Horror Cult Films DVD version. This is a 4K of Zombie 40th anniversary. Found that on Amazon. Not sure what country that is. Here's another one. I think this is the German one. This I haven't seen this before, so this may be new. This is a new possible 4K German release of Dawn of the Dead. Great artwork. I like the orange. And this is one I've always seen. This is this. Look at this. Dario Argento's Zombie Dawn of the Dead. Script Directo da George Romero. So basically, I think this has a ton of the cuts of the movie. This is a 6-disc release, but it's featured as like the Argento cut, if you will. So there it is, guys. That's a ton of releases that I found for Dawn of the Dead. So there it is, guys. Let me know what release you have of Dawn of the Dead, and let me know if you think we're eventually going to get an American Dawn of the Dead release on 4K. I really hope so, because it's a movie I'm more than happy to buy again. It's just a classic. The Argento cut is my favorite for what it's worth, but a lot of people consider this George's best zombie film, and I'm not going to argue it. It's not my favorite, but, I mean, all those Night, Dawn, and Day are all masterpieces as far as I'm concerned. So let me know what you guys think, and let me know your favorite cut of the movie, and let me know, is Dawn your favorite George Romero zombie film? Thank you guys for watching. This is good old CHH. Drop a thumbs up for me. Drop a comment below. Sub to the channel if you have not already. And we'll see you guys next time. Thank you to all of my Patreon supporters who make videos like this possible. To get behind the scenes photos, videos, music, private live streams, and more, you can subscribe to my Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Thank you very much.